Get ready for some heart-racing Formula One action. In this video, you won't believe what Fernando Alonso did that left the Aston Martin Chief in complete shock. You'll see exactly why Alonso is known as one of the greatest F1 drivers ever, so grab some popcorn and get ready to witness an insane move that will leave you speechless. Fernando Alonso's astonishing comeback, how he's preparing to dominate F1 in 2023. Now let's talk about none other than the legendary Fernando Alonso and his excellent preparations for the upcoming F1 season with Aston Martin. After taking a sabbatical from the sport in 2019 and 2020, Alonso made his return with Alpine in 2021, taking some time to adjust to the changes and get back into the groove of things. But now, after a year of careful preparation and planning, Alonso is ready to unleash his full potential and show the world why he's one of the greatest drivers of all time. In an interview with SoyMotor, Alonso revealed that he's been preparing for this moment for a long time, waiting for the new rules to kick in so he could be in top form when the time was right. And now that he's signed with Aston Martin, Alonso is more motivated than ever to showcase his skills and dominate the competition. He's been working closely with the team to prepare the car and ensure that everything is in place for a successful season. Fernando Alonso sparks F1 fever in Spain, the comeback of a champion. The return of Fernando Alonso to the world of Formula One is causing a stir in Spain, and we're here to tell you all about it. In an interview, the two-time world champion spoke about the buzz surrounding his return, saying that he's happy and has a lot of excitement in Spain. Fans who were too young to remember his dominance in the mid-2000s are now getting excited about his return to the sport. But it's not just his comeback that's causing a stir. Alonso has already secured 2 podium finishes in the first 2 races of the season, proving that he's still a formidable force on the track. His success is sparking a resurgence of interest in F1 in Spain, with fans tuning in to see if Alonso can challenge for a victory or even the World Championship. The sport's popularity in Spain has been waning in recent years, but with Alonso back in the mix, there's renewed hope that a Spanish driver could once again claim the top spot in F1. But it's not just about winning. Alonso's determination, passion, and skill on the track inspire a new generation of F1 fans in Spain, eagerly following his every move. Alonso claims Aston Martin's leap eclipses Brawn GP. Is it really the biggest leap in F1 history? Now let's dive into Fernando Alonso's recent statement that Aston Martin's year-on-year leap is greater than that of Brawn GP in 2009. That's right, Alonso believes that the British team's rise from 7th to podium regulars is even more impressive than Brawn GP's incredible championship-winning season. Let's start with a little bit of history. The future of the Honda F1 team was cast into doubt when Honda terminated its F1 efforts in 2009. Ross Brawn, who had previously worked with Ferrari and played a key role in Michael Schumacher's success, stepped in and purchased the team for a mere £1. He renamed the outfit Brawn GP and managed to secure both the drivers and constructors' world titles in its only year of competition before selling up to Mercedes. It was a true underdog story that captured the hearts of F1 fans worldwide. Fast forward to 2021, and Aston Martin finds itself in a similar situation. After finishing 7th in the 2020 Constructors' Championship as Racing Point, the team has made a huge leap forward this season. They've become regular podium finishers and are now battling with the likes of Mercedes and Red Bull at the front of the grid. But is it really the biggest leap in F1 history? Alonso certainly thinks so. He points out that other teams such as Ferrari have made big improvements in the past, but these have usually resulted from changes to the regulations or the introduction of a cost cap. On the other hand, Aston Martin has made a significant jump without any major changes to the rules. Of course, there are always 2 sides to every story. Some F1 fans may argue that Brawn GP's championship-winning season was a greater achievement because the team was starting from scratch and had to build everything from the ground up. Others may argue that Aston Martin's leap is more impressive because the team had to improve an already established car significantly. Ultimately, there is no right or wrong answer. What we can say for sure is that both Brawn GP and Aston Martin have shown that anything is possible in F1. It's the ultimate test of engineering, strategy, and skill, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for both teams. Aston Martin's secret weapon. Can Fernando Alonso lead the team to F1 championship glory? It's no secret that the competition in Formula One is fierce. Teams are constantly pushing the limits of technology and innovation to gain an advantage over their rivals. But what if we told you that Aston Martin might have a secret weapon that could give them the upper hand? According to team boss Mike Crack, they're in the middle of the development race and fighting with people with different firepower than them. But could this actually work to their advantage? German F1 Sky pundit Mark Surer seems to think so. He believes that Aston Martin's potential advantage is down to the development race, and he might be onto something. The development race is all about adapting to new regulations and implementing them quickly and efficiently. This is where Aston Martin's experience comes into play. They've been around the block a few times and know how to make the most of a situation. But what about Fernando Alonso? Can he really lead the team to championship glory? It's definitely possible. Alonso is a two-time world champion who knows what it takes to win at the highest level. He's a seasoned pro who's seen it all before, and he'll be able to guide the team through the ups and downs of the season. So can Aston Martin really close the gap to Red Bull and become F1 world champions in 2023? They certainly have a chance. They have a secret weapon in the development race and a driver in Fernando Alonso who knows how to win. It won't be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. Aston Martin's secret advantage over Red Bull in F1 2023, more wind tunnel and CFD resources. Aston Martin's big chance in 2023 lies in its ability to use more wind tunnel and CFD resources than Red Bull. What does that mean exactly? Well, wind tunnel testing and CFD, or computational fluid dynamics simulations, are crucial to developing new parts for F1 cars. The more test runs and simulations a team can do, the better their chances of creating a winning car. In a direct comparison, Aston Martin's coefficient for calculating wind tunnel and CFD resources is 100, while Red Bull's is only 63 due to Formula One's budget penalty and handicap rule. That's 59% more test runs and simulations for Aston Martin, giving them a significant advantage. This advantage is particularly great in the first half of the year when the FIA's handicap calculation is still based on the result of the 2022 Constructors' World Championship. This means that Aston Martin can use their greater wind tunnel and CFD resources to develop their car without penalty, while Red Bull is limited by their lower coefficient. However, the handicap calculation will be adjusted on July 1st, 2023 for the year's second half to the then current World Championship standings. As things stand today, Red Bull's coefficient would remain at 63, but Aston Martin's would be reduced from 100 to 75. This means that Aston Martin's advantage may be reduced in the year's second half, but it could still give them the edge they need to win the championship. Is Aston Martin's big chance here? The race for improvement in F1 2023. The team's performance director, Tom McCullough, confirmed that they have significantly improved their car, making it much more competitive in the fast corners. However, despite their progress, McCullough admits that there's still work to be done. While Ferrari is currently faster in qualifying, Aston Martin is just a little behind, and there are only small gaps between them and Mercedes. But Aston Martin has a tough challenge ahead, as the other teams will undoubtedly continue to develop their cars. In Bahrain, Aston Martin didn't perform as well as they had hoped, but they bounced back in Saudi Arabia, securing a podium finish. McCullough acknowledges that their competitors will not stand still, especially Red Bull, and the development rate of Mercedes and Ferrari will be tough to match. Aston Martin's secret to success? How they might be cheating the budget cap. As you may know, the budget cap was introduced this year to level the playing field and prevent the bigger teams from spending their way to victory. Each team is allowed to spend a maximum of $145 million per season, which includes everything from development costs to driver salaries. However, there have been whispers in the paddock that Aston Martin might have found a way to bypass this cap. Former team boss Otmar Szafnauer has alluded to this loophole in the regulations on multiple occasions this year. Back in the autumn, we were contacted by a source within Aston Martin, suggesting that they were using tactics to negate the budget cap. So what could this mean for Aston Martin's success on track? Well, if they're indeed cheating the budget cap, they could be using their allowed development time to its fullest advantage, at least for the first half of this year. This would give them a significant head start over their rivals and explain their impressive pace in preseason testing and the first race in Bahrain. Of course, these are just rumors at this point, and there's no concrete evidence to suggest that Aston Martin is cheating the system. However, it is definitely something to keep an eye on as the season progresses. But regardless of whether or not they're cheating the budget cap, there's no denying that Aston Martin has made a substantial step forward this year. They might not be the second fastest team on the grid just yet, as team boss Mike Crack pointed out, but they're certainly closer to the front than last year. Is Aston Martin's recent success sustainable? The team, led by veteran driver Fernando Alonso, has secured 2 podium finishes in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, which has put them in second place in the new pecking order of the sport. But is this success sustainable or just a fluke? First, let's take a closer look at the numbers. According to data from technology company Pacatech, Aston Martin was second in the Saudi Arabia race pace rankings, just 0.6 seconds behind Red Bull. They were also 0.2 seconds ahead of Mercedes and 0.4 seconds ahead of Ferrari. These are impressive numbers for a team that wasn't even in the top 5 last year. However, it's important to remember that Formula One is a highly competitive sport, and things can change quickly. As Mark Suter, a former F1 driver and current commentator, pointed out in a recent interview, Aston Martin's chances of winning the World Championship are slim. They would need a lot of luck, including their rivals dropping out of races. That being said, there is no denying that the team is currently riding a wave of momentum. Team manager Martin Crack has spoken out about the huge energy in the team and how everyone is working at full throttle. This positive attitude can go a long way in a sport where mental toughness is just as important as physical prowess. So what's the verdict? Is Aston Martin's recent success sustainable? The answer is maybe. While it's unlikely that they will win the World Championship this year, they've shown that they are a team to be reckoned with. If they continue to build on their recent successes and stay focused, they could become a significant contender in the future. And there you have it, folks. Alonso's insane move left everyone in disbelief, even shocking the Aston Martin Chief. This shows Alonso's incredible skill and talent, making him a true force to be reckoned with on the track. Stay tuned for more exciting moments like this in the world of motorsports, and remember to hit that subscribe button to always catch a beat. Thanks for watching.